Hello and welcome to my podcast. Today's topic is DDoS and SYN attacks, which are very common types of cyber attacks that can cause significant disruptions to your Windows or Linux server. Here are some steps you can take to protect your server from these types of attacks. So first, install and configure a firewall. A firewall can block traffic from known malicious IP addresses and limit traffic to only the necessary ports and protocols. Use a reputable firewall software and ensure that it is properly configured to block unwanted traffic. Use a DDoS protection service. Consider using a third-party DDoS protection service that can identify and block malicious traffic before it reaches your server. Cloud-based services like Cloudflare, AWS Shield, and Akamai are popular options. Then configure your network and server settings to minimize the risk of DDoS and SYN attacks. Set appropriate limits on incoming and outgoing traffic and configure TCP/IP stack to handle a large number of connections. Enable SYN cookies. Enabling SYN cookies on your server can prevent SYN flood attacks. SYN cookies are a method of handling incoming SYN requests in a way that minimizes the impact of SYN floods. Use rate limiting. Rate limiting can limit the number of incoming connections from a single IP address. This can help prevent SYN floods and other types of attacks that rely on a large number of connections from a single source. Also, keep software up to date. Ensure that all software, including your operating system and any application running on your server, are up to date with the latest security patches and updates. This can help prevent known vulnerabilities from being exploited. Monitor server logs. Monitoring server logs for any suspicious activity or unusual traffic patterns really help. Use tools like LogWatch, LogRotate, and Splunk to analyze and monitor logs. Make a response plan. Have a response plan in place to respond to a DDoS or SYN attack. This should include steps to mitigate the attacks, such as blocking traffic from known malicious IP addresses or moving to a backup server if necessary. By following these steps, you can help protect your Windows or Linux server from DDoS and SYN attacks. Remember to keep your server and software up to date and monitor your server logs for any signs of suspicious activity. Thanks for listening to my podcast. I hope it would be helpful for those who have been struggling to find the ways to protect their data and systems. So hopefully you will leave some comments and feedback in the comments area if you have any questions on anything. And thanks again for listening.